Yeah,
Okay.
we can realize the ground realities there, no problems.
Yeah,
So, as I introduced my audience to you earlier, I hope you heard my previous conversation
I did.
when I was okay, wonderful. Let me request my audience to welcome you first of all. So,
Thank you.
I introduced you to my audience earlier, and you are serving as Secretary General of WICS also, and
Yeah,
you are associated with the World Chefs also, and doing a lot of things, contributing a lot to the hospitality and tourism industry in Lebanon and around the globe. And I
true.
told them, you've been to Pakistan, you participated in a competition here in Pakistan International Culinary Festival. And I hope you have those memories still alive in your mind.
Oh yeah, big time, big
Yeah,
time.
that was a great time. So, Ali, I believe it's going to be a wonderful session, not just for these students, but I would say for us also, the management team also.
Yeah.
Let me start, first of all, by asking you something about yourself. So, introduce yourself to the audience so that we get to know about you.
Okay. First of all, good morning from Lebanon, and I believe good afternoon from Lahore. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say thank you very much for the second great opportunity to be with you. The first time was in Lahore back 2 years in 2017, 2018, I believe. And this is my second time to be with you. Before I introduce myself, I would really tell you, you are a great people. And I'll be very honest, my first experience in Pakistan was in the festival. I was so impressed on a personal level, on professionally level. What I've seen in Pakistan, you guys, can you hear me, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Okay, thank you.
yeah.
So sorry. So what I've seen in these two experiences, and I've seen a beautiful people, fantastic heart, and I believe you are the main title for hospitality. By now, I think you know who I am. My name is Ali Traboulsi, Ali Noaman Traboulsi. I am the General Secretary for the World Islamic Hospitality and Culinary sectors. I'm the president of Profusion Hospitality for Tourism and Hospitality in Lebanon. Also, I manage a small company where it's just a fresh funded in 2015. It's called Quattro Group, and we have four vision and four sector working under this company. One is managing and for all hospitality sectors and culinary. Two, training and development. Three, feasibility studies, and four is recruiting and hiring.
Yeah.
Um, that's a brief in hospitality. That's brief about myself. I don't want to go into academic. I finished
Yeah.
like you,
Yeah.
hospitality management,
Mm.
and I've got over for the past 17 years experience in this sector.
Mm. So tell us
Yeah.
about Lebanon and the Lebanese cuisine.
Great. Let me just go over all the box and I'll tell you about Lebanon in general. Ladies and gentlemen, you're pretty much sure and you know very well what is a country. The country is about the naturally, about the mountains, about places, about economics. And we all know by now, I believe that you're studying the hospitality sectors and culinary, you pretty much know that the economics based on this tourism. Lebanon is a country, it's a very small country, very small. When I say small, I think it's one or two streets of Pakistan, which is 10,000 square meters, 10,000 kilometers, pardon me, and you can cross it from the north to the south in 2 hours. You can go for swimming at the beach, and at the same time, within half an hour, you can go up to the mountain, you can do skiing. So this beautiful environment, this beautiful geographics in the country, giving us a very small and tiny place for hospitality and tourism. Our economics nation based on the tourism up to 65 to 70%. And the people, the Lebanese people has the passion of hospitality where are working on it on a yearly basis to develop it and improve it to make it a better services. At the same time, we are part of a nation which has a culinary experiences and culture. So the Lebanese cuisine has over than 75 kinds of meza. So
Mm.
you guys, if you come to Lebanon and I invited you to my home that much, you will be impressed of the number of food we are serving you.
Oh.
And the surprise is you will finish your appetizers and all of a sudden you will find the main course coming up and you will see, poof,
Ah,
guys, I can't go for it.
yeah.
That much Lebanese cuisine has got varieties. In a
Mm.
matter of history, now let's be a little bit honest. In a matter of history of the food of Lebanese food, it is basically from Damascus country. I
Mm.
don't know if you guys pretty much should know about the geographic sectors and borders.
Yeah.
Damascus countries, it's a mix of 3 to 4 countries, which is Palestine, Lebanon, Syria. So
Yeah.
those 3 countries, previously we used to call them Damascus countries, where
Yeah.
we have one country with no borders.
Mm.
Unfortunately, with the time, the borders had happened in the Arab nation and the Middle East in generally,
Mm.
and specifically in our countries between Palestine, Syria, and Lebanon. So
Mm.
those 3 countries used to play one role, one food culture, one cuisine, but physically the people has been mixed up, and now everyone has got his own country. That's a brief about the Lebanese cuisine.
Mm.
Now, if you give me 2 more minutes about the
Yeah.
same question, Mr. Babar, Mr.
Yeah.
Sheikh,
Yeah.
but you guys studying now hospitality sectors, you guys into culinary.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. The word and the global are changing on a daily basis,
Right.
believe it or not.
Yeah.
We are right now working in one nation, one word, one global. Right now, you are back there in Pakistan, and I'm here in Lebanon. We both are from different places. We've got thousands of miles between
Mm.
each other. However, we are together, maybe over screen, over cam, over video cam, etc. The same impact that goes on the culinary section. Culinary, right now, if you guys are smart enough and you really want to improve
Mm.
your future and the culinary sections, do not call it anymore Lebanese cuisine or or Asian cuisine or international cuisine. Now you have to build your foundation.
Yeah.
You have to get your recipes, and then you have to mix it up the same like the word are indulged together and mixed up together. So when we talk about Lebanese cuisine, when we talk about Asian cuisine, when we talk about your cuisine and back in
Mm.
Pakistan,
Mm.
this is a great opportunity for you now to shine and put everything together. That's
Mm.
why you guys are pretty much know that the word now called fusion cuisine are
Yeah.
mixing different type of cuisines in one
Mm.
plate.
Yeah.
I can get you something back from there to the word a European side, to the Mediterranean side, to Arab nation side, and we can build one plate with maximum 300 to 450 grams of ingredients in that plate. So
Mm.
that's a point. People does not believe anymore in having thousands of plate or hundreds of plate or tens of plate on the
Mm.
table. Yes,
Yeah.
it is great in the festivals or any other promotion that you do to have your country culinary. However, words are growing fastly, and we are in hospitality sectors have to get that train to reach where people are going.
My question, Mr. Ali, why is this fusion happening? What are the dynamics of fusion cuisine?
It's excellent question, in my opinion, I would say it is money. Now people thinking of economics.
Yeah.
People now all over the world, from governments to hospitality sectors to tourism sectors, are thinking how to make money.
Mm.
So Our role as hospitality people is to make sure we are going at the same path with the world economics growing. So
Hmm.
now, if you want to look at the culinary side, I've got a beautiful chef next to you, big chef, in fact, not a beautiful chef.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, chef. I used to be like you one day when I was in the kitchen. So when we have economics growing, now people has to turn the tourism into more upgraded.
Hmm.
That's why they built a fusion cuisine. For example, if you got a hotel with 450 rooms as a
Hmm.
minimum, or international measurement, you might have at least 4 to 5 F&B outlets.
Mhm.
So from all-day dining to the lobby coffee shop or mezzanine to the 2 international restaurants and 1 local restaurant. So
Right.
what happened? Instead of having 5 different outlets and spending a lot of money and investment on that sectors, you will have one international fusion cuisine. Now, a lot of people might ask, okay, hold on, Ali, what are you trying to tell us? So if I've got a hotel of 450 rooms, I might have one single outlet to serve them? Definitely not, ladies and gentlemen. This is
Hmm.
not what I'm trying to subject my words. What I'm trying to say is important to have. You studying now hotel management, you've got a lot of books. I have seen your beautiful COTHM hospitality for tourism. The video I have watched
Yeah.
honestly makes me, once the COVID-19 is over, next festival, definitely on my top list to be again with you.
I would
So
love to
back to
see
the
you here. Yeah.
it's my
Yeah.
great honor to
Yeah.
be with
Yeah.
such people.
Yeah.
So back to the point, no, we must have in the hotels section or hotels word different outlets for guest entertainment, so guests will be more happy to watch and see and enjoy.
Hmm.
However, the fusion cuisine has been built to put together 4 to 5 countries in one plate. So instead of having 5 different outlets, you might have one F&B outlets, and the
Right.
other entertainment facilities, you might go for business center, you might go for shopping centers instead of having one barber shop, ladies and gentlemen barber shops, etc., 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 of other facilities where you can make money.
Hmm.
While in the kitchen, you might have one chef, one concept, one team to build up all international cuisine in one plate.
Yeah, wonderful. Uh, Please pardon me if I ask you a silly question, Chef, I believe. Yeah.
Please.
What is this? I mean, the Lebanese cuisine, is it spicy or less spicy? What is it like? Could you please enlighten us on this?
Yes. Now, before I answer, I have to tell your beautiful ladies next to you in there, what I've seen in the camera. Ladies, excuse me for saying, I'm gonna give. He asked silly questions. I have to give a silly answer. The Lebanese. Thank you. In a matter of fact, the Lebanese cuisine is like ladies.
Yeah.
Very sensitive, very
Yeah.
emotional, very moody. When the ladies go, sorry, ladies. I always
Yeah.
support ladies, but I have to. So when you go for Lebanese cuisine, that much of passion and interaction into it. Sometimes you go to Lebanon, for example. I don't want to say to try Lebanese cuisine in different countries. Let's go to the origin. If you go to Lebanon and you visit 4 different restaurants, you might taste 4 different tastes. Why? For many reasons. One is the resources of suppliers. Some of the Lebanese restaurants resource their purchasing from the mountain and farmer directly. So you would have a taste here. Other outlets or other business owner, they might purchase their ingredients, raw materials, and especially
Hmm.
vegetables from farmer as well, but they are using chemical product to produce quickly the vegetables and other stuff that restaurants need. And that's why you will find a lot of taste. And unfortunately, part of my team and I job, honestly, is having authentic Lebanese restaurant. part of our objectives in our association here in Lebanon to tell people, do not open Lebanese restaurants and tell us, I've got my purchasing from X and Y companies, where we perfectly know that those companies are producing the cucumber, eggplant, lemon, etc., from the ingredients within a normal period of time. If I grow, I'm originally I'm from a mountain, from a farm. I know what farm is. I know how to grow it. Cucumber takes, in the normal operation of growing, takes up to 4 to 5 weeks to grow it. How come you grow now the cucumber and you got it in 2 weeks time? So based on the chemical product. Back to your question now, after I made this introduction, yes, there is a lot of spicy food in the Lebanese food. There is a lot of varieties and different types of spicy. That's why a lot of people, even in Asian side, even in India and Pakistan and the South Asian, when they tried the Lebanese food, they found their authentic flavor in it. Why? Because when we talk about 75 different types of meza, which is the appetizers on your table, you will definitely find your taste in one of them. Definitely. When you go for mechanic, sujuk, and you go for saudanaye, which is liver, when you go for types of shanklish, and you go for mutabbal, tabbouleh, hummus, you will definitely find in there some spicy food. However, sorry, I
Yes.
got a call. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
However, you will definitely find the vegetarian in there, and you will find the meat in there. Yeah.
Wonderful. Chef Ali, you are a very intelligent chef, and I hate intelligent people.
I know you are. I know.
On a lighter note.
I do believe that. Trust me.
Okay. Okay. Ali, tell me one more thing. Do you generally import food items for food production, or you have indigenous production of main ingredients in your country?
Well, you know, Mr. Sheikh, I think you've got the best question so far to ask me. And
Thank you.
that's no, really, you touch my heart
Thank you.
in both sides. First, from the nationality side, which is we are, let me just put two headlines. First,
Right.
importing items from outside, or, you know, to your country, this is one of the bad habits you might do to your country. You're destroying your economics.
Yeah.
Sir, unfortunately, now let me share with you some challenges, which is I don't want to talk about it. I've been asked from Mr. Ahmed, from your end.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't have to talk negative vibes. However, let me just
Yeah.
give headlines.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is your responsibilities now. You are the generation coming up to your country to support your country. Don't tell me you are a chef and you can do nothing than cooking. No. You are a person who works on 70% of your economics nation generating for your country. You
Wonderful.
have to make sure, every one of you, when you get graduated, right now you are in the best hospitality sectors. You've got the highest technology teaching equipment. You've got the sounds proof rooms, what I've seen in the videos. I can see and indicated kitchen next to me in my camp right now. So you've got everything. You've got the right weapons.
Yeah.
The weapons I'm talking about is education, is learning. So what do you have to do when you go out to the market? Don't limit yourself and say, okay, I export tomato from India, I export spices from Thailand. Don't. You have to think out of the box and make sure that your country must produce those items, because we have a very, very famous poem guy called Gibran Khalil Gibran.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
one of the best writers in the Arab nation. He said, I'm trying to translate it. He said,
Yeah.
Allah bless any country. Yani, in other words, if you will have a very shit life if you import more than you will produce. Back to your
Absolutely.
question,
Absolutely.
Mr. Sheikh. In Lebanon, unfortunately, for the past couple of years, we spend times on other stuff, which is corruption in our government. So the vegetables and over than 70 to 80% has been imported out of the country. We
Mm.
left the farms, we left the mountains, we left the places where we produce our at least our minimum needs of vegetables and other stuff, and we start producing from Jordan, from Syria, from other next door countries, from Egypt. I'm not saying we don't have to import from each other, but when you are able to do your products, why you should go for importing?
Mm.
So if I answer your question, sadly saying, very sadly saying, yes, 70% of our production, of our needs markets, especially in the culinary side,
Mm.
from imported items. And this is really not funny. This
Mm.
is really not healthy.
Mm.
And why? I give you right now, if you Google, if you want to get out of the box
Mm.
and search of other countries' mistakes, you
Mm.
can now search about Lebanon, and
Mm.
you will find the economics problem happened because of those things right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, that's right. Okay, Ali, one more question. Could you please enlighten us on the top culinary trends in the world at the moment? Maybe the four or five top culinary trends,
Yes.
please.
Uh, you have to really understand an important point before I headline those 4 or 5 topics happening in the world. I'll give you the bad news first of all.
Yeah,
Please listen carefully, ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen.
yeah.
Now the hospitality sectors are turning into technology.
Hmm,
So they are trying their maximum best to replace people by machines. Now you
right.
ask your question yourself, what do you mean by machines? A
Hmm,
lot of hotels right now coming up in the coming 20 years are trying to make, instead of having receptionists, let me start from the entrance of the hotel, they're gonna
hmm,
have like airline sections online, by cards, by passport, by Visa
hmm,
card, to make your own check-in. You will get your keys, you will get your in the welcoming at the instruction by paper, by message on yourself. Now the 5 topics I would say is the most important. I mean, I'm not trying to be negative here. No, I'm trying to
hmm,
highlight that you guys have to focus on the trends. You have to keep yourself in a loop as much as you can, especially the chef, especially people who works in the culinary. Now we've got a lot of convection oven. Instead of having your food in 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever, let's talk about a mande or hashi or rice, those cooking who takes a lot of time, you might have it in 30 minutes.
hmm,
Instead, we all know what happened in the past 30 years in airline services. You know what happened before we find the shock freeze? Instead of having food a la minute and cooking for thousands and thousands of passengers, now
yeah,
we can cook for 6 months ahead. We
yeah,
can cook and the shock freeze, we can put the food, and 6 months later we can have it a fresh meal. Anyway, I've got a couple of topics for the hospitality sector. First, you human beings, guys, do not underestimate yourself. Does not matter if machines will take over instead of you.
hmm,
However, the
yeah,
word will never end. So you, but not as buddies, you as educated, with full of culture, upgraded yourself. It does not mean you've got graduated from COTHM hospitality and you go for the market. No, don't do it. You have to keep following up with your university, with COTHM hospitalities, of what having into private academic sections, what they have into upgraded, let's say, courses. You have to keep yourself educated as much as you can. Let me tell you something. I am 40 years now. I'm running 40 years in a couple of months. And you'll be surprised if I tell you this year, because of certain economics challenges at work, and I found the time, I'm back to university to do my master degree. Why? And I've got students next to me that are 20, 21, 22 years old. I don't feel shy. It's a great opportunity to keep myself upgraded and finish my master, and then from after that, the PhD. So you have to keep yourself upgraded. Two, keep yourself in the loop of technology. Guys, I came from a poor country, from poor family. It does not mean if I'm a poor, it's mean like I have to be okay downgraded in life. I don't have to be, no, 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 no. Poorness is nothing. Prophet Muhammad, he's a poor guy. All prophets are poor, are farmers, are I'm a Muslim. I believe most of you are Muslim. So our prophets were poor, but what did they do for the nation? They have made a message for 1,400 plus years for all words. So we have to take them as a role ideal to us. We have to make sure poorness is nothing. Poorness will not make me wake up in the morning, not to take a perfect shower, brush my teeth, fix my hair, get a suit. And I don't care what kind of suits. I'll give you a personal experience, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, don't ever feel shy from yourself. Trust me. I go for places where I buy my suit does not go up to $20 to $30. I'm talking in dollars. You know what I do? I got the worst suits. I take it to the tailor. I perfectly fit it to myself, and I look amazing. And I look
Mm,
like wearing Emporio Armani. Is that
mm.
something wrong? No. Who cares? Who gonna look inside what brand I'm wearing? I don't
Yeah.
care. I care about how I look. So you have to keep yourself motivated. Does not matter to face if you have electricity or not, if your internet cutting or not, if you are driving your car or taking a bus or taking a taxi to reach your places. This is nothing. This is nothing. This is the easiest challenges in the life that you are facing. You have to make yourself proud. You have to make your country proud. And the most important, you have to make the university right now, the COTHM university you are studying, make it proud of you. And you will have, I'm pretty sure, the successful one of you, a frame pictures up on the entrance of your university that the COTHM will be proud of you. So you have to keep yourself upgraded. Don't make obstacles an excuse for you not to wake up in the morning and search for the job. Don't make Pakistan as a border for you not to leave Pakistan if that needed. Keep searching all over the world. And I'll give you now what I've seen in my last experience in Pakistan, in Lahore, that Qasem has branches in Abu Dhabi and in Dubai, I think, and other countries, and they are growing. And this is a great opportunity for you to find yourself outside. The third topic I want to talk about it is the technology. I have YouTube right now. I am different than the Sheikh. Sheikh, he's an old guy right now, Mr. Baba Sheikh. He's an old guy. You know, I mean, we don't have to put ourselves like him. No, I'm kidding. He's still younger than me anyway. No, he's a very young and a fresh guy. But
Yeah.
honestly, now that the world has been changing, I can sit behind my this is small smart device and I
Yeah.
can do research. Previously, people take some years to do it through YouTube, through Google, through other channels where they make the life smaller to me. Five, and the most important, now I think this is the topics which is everyone can do it. Languages.
Yeah.
The more languages you speak, the more personality you will have.
Wonderful.
I would tell you, English is important, yes, because most of the world right now next to the Latin are speaking English, but you have to think globally. For example, get your zone, your geographic zone. What is the language next to your country are speaking? Is Urdu? Is Indian? Is Thailand? Sorry, I'm not really familiar with those languages there. So find minimum two countries where you possibly can be there one day and start to learn the basics. That will help you a lot to move around the world.
Ali, two quick questions. You said you are turning 40 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to me, you look like just 30. What's the bloody secret behind this?
Well, does not matter how old I am. I'm gonna still younger than you forever. You are the old guy here. No, I'm just kidding. I love you. I've met you once. You are a very funny guy, and I'm really
Yeah.
honored to meet you, all of you, when I was in Lahore.
Yeah,
You
sure.
know,
We'll meet, and we are running out of time. And a quick message for these young
yeah,
students and our management teams from COTHM Karachi, COTHM Islamabad, and COTHM
yeah, yeah.
Lahore. Yeah.
Yeah, but let me just no, really, it's before I give the message. Sorry for the time you're giving me, but guys, if you want to stay young, you have to think young.
Yeah.
If you want to keep yourself fit, you have to keep yourself fit. Don't tell
Yeah.
me you don't have money to go for gym. You've got garden next to you. You've got street walk in there. You've got a small room. Do your classes in there. Does not matter. It is everything in your hand. God give us, Allah give us brain. You know
Yeah.
for what? To use it, not to keep it. So anything you want to do in life, don't make money as obstacles. My final message to you guys, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to thank Mr. Ahmed for this great, again, opportunity to give me to be between you. Mr. Babel, thank you for this organizing this. Um, I would say life is too short. What does it mean? We always say that. If you are in love, you would say, oh, life is too short, come marry me right now. If you are running to make your own business, oh, let's hurry up, we have to, my life is too short. If you wanna do anything in your life, you always use this title. I would tell you something. I don't really care about life. I don't really care about time. I don't really care about anything. You know what I care about is myself. When I see something right, I do it. However, I open my both ears. God give me two ears and one tongue. So I listen more than I talk. When I want to do something, I put my question on the table and I listen to people. I listen a lot. Listening is very important in life. You
Yeah.
guys keep listening, keep listening. You're still young, fresh, active. Listen. Does not matter. Is it bullshit? Is it stupid? Is it smart? Is it something you're learning? Keep listening because Allah give us two ears and one tongue.
Yeah.
So He telling us a message. Listen more than you talk.
Yeah.
So please, listening is something very important. Listening, listen. So sorry, I cut. Listening is
Yeah.
more
Please
important
carry
than
on. Carry
talking.
on. Yeah.
Yeah. So as I said, listening is more important than talking. And guys, please, for God's sake, do not leave any obstacles. If you got sweating to your work because you've got a lot of transportation hassle to reach your work, don't make it obstacles. Come to work, smile, and give the positive vibes. Let the other people to be positive. Do not be working with people with negative vibes. And more important, do not work by your own. Work as a team. One of most challenges, and I lesson learned in my life, I worked by my own for so many years and I lost a lot and I failed a lot. Work as a team, but make sure to choose the right team. Thank you.
Ali, just one sentence for you from my heart. You are absolutely, stunningly
Oh, thank
amazing.
you. Allah
Talim.
bless you.
And Ali, actually, I feel like hugging you. Actually, I want to hug you. Actually, and let's have a virtual hug. Come on. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a great hug. Yes, unfortunately, that's
Ali,
our
it
hug. Yeah.
was it was a treat to listen to you. It's coming right from the bottom of my heart, and I mean, we wish you to have in Lahore, in Pakistan, and inshallah, once the COVID thing is over, we will invite
Inshallah.
you. You are invited, but once the COVID is over, it will be possible for you to travel to Pakistan, and we will meet here. We'll have your live session with the students and the
Yeah.
management team here in Lahore, and it will be a great honor for us. And I would like my team to thank you in a
Thank
Lahori
you.
way, please.
Thank I've learned something from you. If you can remind me, which is what you say, Pakistan Zandabad,
Pakistan Zindabad.
Zandabad. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Zindabad. Thank you very much, and Khuda
Thank you, sir.
Hafiz.
Allah bless you. Bye bye.
Allah Hafiz.
Bye bye.